Welcome back to Seahawk Central Sports, your source for Seahawk athletics. I have the privilege of sitting here with head women's soccer coach Paul Kearney. Paul, thanks for being here today.
Sure, thank you.
Coach, I want to start off, let's rewind to last year. You just played James Madison, you won, CAA champions, you got the first NCAA tournament bid in the school. What's going through the mind of you and your team?
Last season at the CAA championship, it was an exciting weekend. We played two great teams, Hofstra in the semi-final. We told our team before that game that we felt that was the final. Whoever won this game was going to win it. And we scored first, and they tied it up, and we got a great overtime goal. It was exciting. And I think that momentum from that game really carried us over into Sunday, and there was no way we weren't going to win that game on Sunday.
Now, it was Erin Pardini who scored that goal, right? Mm-hmm. Didn't she also score a goal in the championship game? No,
Erin, she sure did, and she hadn't played. She was injured last year for a big part of the season, and really come on strong toward the end. And she scored the overtime goal against Hofstra, and then the penalty kick to win it against James Madison.
So what does it mean to have players like that that can obviously step up in the clutch and, you know, pick up your team when it needs to be picked up?
Yeah, Erin's a tough kid. She's from Long Island, and they breed them tough up there. And she's been fantastic this year as well. She's already scored, I think, 3 goals. So we're glad that she's stepping up again.
Now, you've been with the program since its inception. What did it mean to finally bring home that CAA championship, something that had eluded you in the past?
Yeah, it's like watching one of your kids grow up and get a good job and make a lot of money. We are so proud of our team. We suffered so many defeats against James Madison over the years. If you look back, I think in 1995 they beat us 15-0. In 1996 they beat us 9-0. So we've come a long way. Those programs have stayed where they are, and we've caught up with them and overtaken them. So it was definitely heartwarming to see our group win the first women's sports team championship in the history of UNCW.
Yeah. Now, we talked about the CAA championship. Let's move on to the NCAA tournament. You went to Chapel Hill, played the Georgia Bulldogs, played a hard game. What do you think your team took away from the loss that day?
Good teams will punish you when you make mistakes. We started 5 freshmen last year. And in that environment at the NCAA tournament, I think we made some freshman mistakes at the back in the first half, and we found ourselves behind. And against a good team, it's difficult to try and play from behind. You want to score first and then make them chase the game a little bit more.
Right. It's a good point. Now, let's move on to this year. Your team is coming off the most successful year in school history. Expectations are high all around the program. How do you keep a level head, and what kind of goals do you and the team have for this year?
That's a great question, and we talked about that actually at the weekend. I think our expectations as a group are realistic in that all we're trying to do is just win the next game. We're not looking ahead to playing Drexel or Delaware yet. We're just trying to focus on winning the next game and trying to improve, and that's helped us keep a level head.
Now, Coach, you talked about starting 5 freshmen in the game last year. Your core group of players this year, sophomores, players like Sarah Nealand, Amanda Holmes, Allie Nagel, Stephanie Rose, how important they are to the team this year and the future of the team?
All those players you mentioned are hard-working kids that have gotten better actually in their time here, and it gives us great competition in practice when the younger players are stepping in and getting it done. It puts pressure on the juniors and seniors to maintain a good level of fitness and a good level of competition in practice.
Now, Coach, I don't know how many fans know this out there, but you actually were a great player for UNCW, and after graduating, that's when you became involved in the women's soccer program. So you've been with the school 20-plus years. What's kept you at UNCW for so long?
I think part of it is knowing that we have not achieved yet what we can achieve. I think UNC Wilmington, as an institution, has developed in the last 7 or 8 years academically. I think we have a great reputation within the state of North Carolina. And our goal as an athletic department is to be one of the top programs in the Southeast and one of the top programs in the country. And we haven't achieved that yet, but we're getting there. And that's what keeps it exciting every day, that we can get better.
Now, you talk about setting goals and having high hopes. You graduated top of your class, 2-time All-Conference in your playing years. You led the team in scoring your junior year. Twice you have been selected to CAA Coach of the Year, one of only 5 coaches to ever do that. You brought the school its first CAA championship, first NCAA tournament bid. You have an impressive resume. What goals do you have left to accomplish, and what are some of your best memories here as a Seahawk?
Well, the first question, I think our goal is to advance in the NCAA tournament. We lost our first-round game last year, and that was disappointing for our program. So one of our goals is to try and achieve the championship again and advance in the NCAA tournament. So that's definitely something we're working toward this year.
Now, what about your best memory of it, real quick?
Wow. Probably the best one was 1999. We were the number 10 seed and the number 9 seed in the CAA, and we had to travel up to Washington, D.C. to play American University. And none of our girls packed enough for 3 days or 4 days, and lo and behold, we won that game. And we had to get money wired from Western Union because we stayed up there to head down to the conference tournament in Virginia Beach. And we were playing the host number 1 seed, Old Dominion, and we beat them in an upset in the quarterfinals. So we had to go do laundry and get some more money to stay for another game in another night's hotel. And that was an awesome time of our program. That's one of my best memories of our team.
That's great. That's great. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucas.
Congratulations on last year, and we all got high hopes for this year, so keep up the good work.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll be sitting alongside head men's soccer coach Aiden Heaney. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm Ben Tyson, sitting here with head coach of the reigning CAA champion men's soccer team, Coach Aiden Heaney. Aiden, thanks for being here with us today.
My pleasure, Ben. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, sir. Starting off, you guys were in West Virginia this past weekend to play a tournament. Had a heartbreaking defeat to West Virginia in double overtime, which followed the win against the Binghamton Bearcats. What happened in those 2 games?
Actually, I was very pleased with the way we played. Binghamton were a very tough opponent, and we won 1-0 there on Friday, and certainly played well. And then played against a very, very talented West Virginia team on Sunday. And typically the Sunday games are a lot more challenging because of the fatigue factor. And you know, we were ahead. They came back and went ahead 2-1 on us, and then we tied it up. It was an exciting game, but unfortunately came out on the wrong end of a 3-2 defeat in double overtime.
In the 102nd minute, if I'm not mistaken, it's got to be tough. Got to be a long ride home. It
was a long ride home, but you know, again, we've got to take that one on the chin and certainly learn from it as well. We feel like there's some things we can definitely do better.
Yes, sir. Coming up this weekend, you guys play another tournament at home. Friday, 7:30 is the first game against Central Florida. What are they looking like?
Very talented team. They're off to a great start. They're actually 2-0 right now, and they're very explosive. They've scored 9 goals in 2 games and not conceded any. So I think they're coming in with a lot of confidence, and you know, definitely our troops, we better be prepared for a talented team and make sure that we come away with the W on Friday.
Do they have a lot of big men, a lot of size? A
lot of size, athleticism, but some very skillful players. They have you know, a very dynamic midfield and a forward who's putting the ball in the net, and that's a dangerous combination.
And you play with Winthrop on Sunday. You were talking about the fatigue factor last weekend. Is that going to play a role? Are you getting the players more fit as we speak? I
think the players are getting more adjusted. I think there's one thing coming in fit, you know, physically fit, but then there's being game fit, and you know, the more games we play, obviously that's going to help us, you know, down the road and be a little bit sharper in what we're doing.
Looking ahead at the big picture of the season, do you have a goal to repeat as CAA champions?
Yeah, we do. I mean, you know, we want to do as well as we did last year and hopefully take it a step further if we can get in the NCAA tournament and maybe get a little bit deeper into the tournament. It's going to be very difficult. I think our league is extremely challenging, and you know, the games can go either way, or the bounce of a ball, or you know, there's a fine line between success and failure in this league because of the parity. So. But yeah, we hope we're firing on all cylinders. We're not quite there right now, but you know, that's certainly okay. But by the latter part of September, we definitely want to be, you know, playing our best football, best soccer, should I say?
Yes, sir. That's what we call it here in the States.
That's right.
You had 4 All-CAA preseason selections, 3 of them seniors. Who do you look at as the team leaders right now? You know,
we've got a very senior-oriented team, and we've got a lot of people who are contributing, but the people we look at right now, I mean, Indy Smith's a captain and an All-American. Brian Harrison is a 5th-year senior who's you know, got the experience, and the guy very much respect. And then you got a junior like you know, Christian Davidson, who's somebody that you know, just leads by example. And you know, but you'll put into that category Brock Duckworth and you know, Brandon Millers and you know, Daniel Roberts. I mean, there's a very core group of guys who we need to be strong leaders for our group and help us win as we keep moving forward.
What about for the future, freshmen, sophomore standouts?
Yeah, I've been pleased with the groups that have come in. The training's been good. You know, Andy McDaniel and Michael Parrish are 2 freshmen who've gotten minutes and been getting some good experience early this season. But you know, you look to Sean Utterson, Christian Davidson, Brandon Miller, those types of guys who are going to be remaining with us, and we're going to rely on heavily in the future.
Okay, let's go on to how about suspended former star Devin Carroll? He's returned. How's he looking in his first few games of action?
We hope he's going to continue to be a star instead of just a former star. But no, Devin's coming along. It's taken him a little bit of time to get fitter and get a little bit sharper. And you know, we've been playing him some minutes in the games early on, and you know, we look to see his minutes increase as we get into more games. And definitely somebody that we feel is going to be able to contribute with some goals.
All right, and last question: have you seen the attendance rise so far this year? Or are you expecting it to rise after the NCAA appearance in Conference Championship?
Well, we hope so. We'd love to see, you know, our student body come out and support us. We had an unbelievable crowd against Chapel Hill. I'd say somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 fans. It was very exciting. But certainly we hope that that's going to be something that if we can continue to play attractive soccer and keep winning, that our fans will come out and get behind us.
All right. Well, I'll say it is. I would say that it is the most exciting sport on campus, definitely at this time of year. Go out, watch Coach Heaney's team, 7:30 Friday night against Central Florida. Also, they play on Sunday at 3:30? 3:30. All right, against Winthrop. Thank you for your time, Coach Heaney.
Thank you. We look forward to a successful season.
Good luck.
Thank you.